Okay, welcome everybody. I just want to welcome you for the BSMD webinar. We have a lot to cover today. I just wanted to chat with you. I want to know where you guys are from. I'm from Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. Where are you guys from? Just curious. Can you see the chat? Guess yes, right? Okay. Okay, so let me get started. This is the BSMD webinar where I'm going to show you the different medical options that are there. And then I'm going to dig deeper into the BSMD and the BSDO. And there's a program that's something in between. There is the traditional application, then there is the BSMD, and there's something that's in between, which is the early assurance or acceptance, which I will go over. And I'll also tell you about the key ingredients to creating a BSMD profile. And then I'm going to show you a resume of our, oh, chat is disabled. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just trying to see how to do this. Let me just go over, see if there's some kind of a setting to, yeah. Yeah, so yes, so you don't need to take any notes or anything. It's getting live streamed. So you will find our webinar on YouTube. I'm just going to share the YouTube channel with you so that you can subscribe. And all our videos, there's a ton of content that you will find there. And right here it is. You can subscribe to the channel. You will see the recording of this program, I'm sorry, this webinar, as well as a lot of content that you will see. You'll see research paper submissions and everything. So we believe in building a 360-degree profile. Got it? So students who come to our research program, we do a thesis defense and we record their videos, and our students can insert those videos into their resume. And I've been speaking to a lot of admissions officer. I did meet a few parents in the college fair where I get to meet with the admission officers, and I get to ask them that, hey, do you check the links in the additional information section in the resume and everything? Right. So it's like holistically building the profile. And also I want to remind you that achieving to get into BSMD is like trying to get into the Mount Everest. But guess what? When you prepare to scale the Mount Everest, then you reach the base camp, which is your pre-med and other profile. So absolutely, I highly recommend anyone to aspire for BSMD and build the profile targeting the BSMD. So that way your profile gets exceptionally good and your undergrad offers are good as well. And I have seen a lot of my students taking undergrad pre-med offers. And also please remember that there is no pre-med major as such. You can major in any field and complete the requirement of organic chemistry, biology, mathematics, and physics, then apply to colleges. Got it? You can have a degree in finance or computer science and still apply to med school in this country. Okay, so that's where we are, and I'll share everything there is to know about BSMD, and also please yeah, please put everything in your chat. So Soumya, did you join? Is that my Soumya, who's my manager? Soumya, is that you? Yeah.
Second. I'm Soumya, but
Okay, it's a different Soumya. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, so let me get started. I was just hoping my manager would join, but that's perfectly fine. Any questions, put them in the chat and I'll address them later. If I start looking at your questions, I'll never get through my presentation. Got it? So let me get started. Okay, here we are. Okay. So here is the presentation. I'm just going to go over everything. Any questions, please put them in the chat and I'll get to them. And also, as you can see, our channel has the webinar, so you don't need to kind of I'm just going to be looking at myself now. So you don't need to like take any notes or anything. You can go back and watch it right there. Okay. So let me just get to my presentation. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is a very, very rare and a specialized field. You will not find a whole lot of counselors who are abreast with the latest happenings of building the BSMD profile and everything. So it's a very niched kind of an area, and the information that you get here is not something that you're going to find in Google. Okay. Okay, a bit about me. I'm an immigrant. I studied in REC Calicut in India. And when my older son was applying to colleges, it was very frustrating. I mean, that was like about 6 years back. Facebook was not that popular. I mean, groups where you get like tons of information and everything. And I just made it my mission to demystify the process. I believe that it should not be this complicated, but guess what? It is. It is. I mean, I quit my full-time job. I was a corporate misfit um, after 20 years, and I started this educational consulting. It's amazing, but there are so many moving parts and so many parameters. So please, as a parent, don't think that you should know every single thing there is to know. And also don't think that just because I'm explaining things to you, you need to have known it already. That's what I hear from parents. Oh my God, I don't know this. You're not supposed to know them. It's been designed in a way that it's not easy to know. For somebody who's like works in it full time, has 20 people working with her who are all in this field. It's not easy to find information, but we have that. We have the latest information and the absolute formula, what works, what doesn't work, because we've tried and tested many things, and we've come up with that kind of the formula. Okay, so that's what led me. But fast forward, my older son has already graduated, and I'll show you where he went to. I'm a Tony Robbins certified life coach. Plus, please don't think that I'm part of the Tony Robbins cult or anything. I just like to take the best juice out of anybody and everybody when it's offered, right? So I like some of the teachings, the mindset, and everything from Tony Robbins. My son also went through that. He went to a youth leadership program, and it was very transformational. I highly recommend his youth program, which runs only during summer. Summer? Yeah, I think around this time, I think. I forget when it is. Okay. If I find it, I'll share with everybody. That's really, really good. It's like 3 or 4 days. Please go in person, don't do the online thing. And it's like walking over the fire and everything, which my son really enjoyed. He was what, 15 at that time. Okay. I'm a positive psychology coach. I'm an executive functioning skills coach, and I'm trained under Peg Dawson. Um, Executive functioning skills are the prefrontal cortex of the brain. That's where all the planning, prioritization, focus, like working memory, or everything is there. And that's the part that's still developing in teens. Okay, it develops between 15 and 25, but our educational system, just about anywhere in the world, puts so much pressure on that prefrontal cortex, which is still developing, right? So I started off as a study skills coach, and that's all I did. In the first year that I started my practice is help students who were struggling with their grades, had social issues and everything. And it was like really transformational. My students did very, very well under my guidance. Their grades were transformed. Their behavioral issue was significantly reduced, and they started thriving in school, right? Had a very positive outlook, and it was like very gratifying. And as my practice grew, people started asking me about college counseling. So I went to UC Berkeley. Now all my team is trained in the counseling from UC Berkeley, be it career, college, just about everything. We are constantly learning. I'm also part of many associations that only college counselors are allowed, the NACSE, the IECA, the HECA. I mean, there's so many. I spent a good amount of money being in their membership, and it gives me the latest information, and we get to speak to other counselors to understand what's going on. I'm also a meditation instructor. I do pranic healing as well, and I did my college counseling from UC Berkeley. Okay, and this is my family. I graduated from REC Calicut. My husband went to Harvard Extension School. It just took him like 5 years to complete his master's. I'm just ribbing him, but it was very, very hard balancing work, his father's health, but he persevered and finished. My oldest son graduated from Georgia Tech in 3.5 years with master's. He graduated school with 20 APs. He was a valedictorian. So it was an eye opener for me because I really understood the educational system in the United States, and I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to focus on high school students and teens, right? And of course, I experiment on my sons. My younger one is a senior. He's been applying to colleges, but he's not a STEM student. He's a political science student. We live in Chester Springs, Pennsylvania, which is a suburb of Philly, a very nice suburb. And I've had 20 years of corporate experience, but I feel like I'm thriving and contributing to the community way better in my current role than I ever was. Okay, so that's very gratifying. I'm also going to share my Facebook group. It's grown to about 10,000 people, and I encourage you to join that because we share a lot of information on social media. You will not find any of the information on Google. And I've had students who've come to me and said, "Oh, Joe, I just went over all your videos, Instagram, YouTube, and I submitted my application." I'm like, "Oh, that's fantastic. You don't really need me if you can figure out everything on my social media," but that's perfectly fine. Okay. Okay. So let's get started. Who is the program for the company that I have, Gifted Gabber? You are in the right place if you want to skyrocket your child's success. Yes, the sky's the limit. It'll take you to the stratosphere. Got it? You want to build an unbeatable profile for BSMD with expert mentorship, passion projects. I mean, yes, you want to build an unconventional, uncommon, and standout profile. This is your place. Okay. And you want to outplay competition. We know how intense the competition is, and you will get to outplay it with our cutting edge technology and innovation. I mean, we are introducing tools. If it's AI, we are introducing certifications, just about anything that you can think about. And of course, we want to be eternal learners, right? I'm learning. I'm 50, but I'm still learning. I wouldn't say that I've learned everything. I enroll in courses and I'm constantly learning. My team teaches me and we teach each other. So that's what it is. You want to make your child successful, make them eternal learners, right? So that's where we are. This is the agenda for today. You're going to learn about the different medical paths. What's the difference between BSMD and BSDO? Ingredients of a successful medical applicant. Our results, our Gifted Gabber results, we are very, very proud of the results that we have achieved. And let me tell you, each and every program that we build is outcome oriented. You will have a tangible outcome. Okay. And our edge, our solution. And let me tell you something about college applications, even BSMD. You need to show tangible outcome, measurable outcome that you can write in your application. It cannot be fluff. It cannot say, "Oh, I just participated in HOSA." No, what did you do, right? What was that impact? What is that measurable result? That is it. Okay, when you're looking for an extracurricular activities, I constantly get asked, "Is this activity good? Is that activity good?" Ask yourself, how is it going to look at how is it going to look in my child's application? Or if you're a student, how is this going to look in my application? What can I contribute? Okay, what is my impact? How am I going to show my passion and interest via this activity? That's the number one question that you need to ask when you're looking for an activity. Okay, when you go to participate in an activity and you see 500 students in there, It's a very common activity. It's going to be on every 500 students college application. Got it? So it becomes a very common. We are looking for uncommon and unique profiles. Got it? So BSMD is like the top 1 to 5% acceptance rate program. So your child cannot have average, like really below average activities. Okay. Like I'm not going to say, if somebody asks me what's wrong in going to HOSA, there's nothing wrong in going to HOSA. There are 10 spaces for the activities. I would put HOSA as the fifth or the sixth. So you need to fill up the 1 to 4 that is there, which is not HOSA. Got it? Because HOSA is going to be in there and everybody. Okay. And also, I just want to let you know that if you're looking for shortcuts, this is not the place. If you're reluctant to put in hard work and effort, I mean, you're very hardworking. And if you feel like your child should get shortcuts, please, we are not for you. Okay. And you believe that minimal effort and overnight success needs to come for your child? No, no can do. And if you feel like grades alone should land you in the BSMD program, no. And also, you're seeking a deal. I mean, we just had a scholarship program that was there for a very short amount of time. And it was kind of unbelievable how demanding a few parents were, right? So yeah, if you're looking for a deal and not quality, then we are not for you, right? We believe in giving massive value. We get the best tutors that are out there. They cost money, right? The best tutors out there, they come at a price, right? So that's what is reflected there. And I want to let you know that my team works very, very hard, and we do not, we would appreciate if you treat them very kindly. Got it? Okay, so you're going to get freebies and specials at the end of the program. I do have a scholarship guide. It's amazing. You will see all the kinds of different options that are there for scholarships, which is based on SAT, ACT, and everything. You will find that I'm going to give you that link at the end of it, where I go over how to build your resume, how to build your activities, and everything in that. Okay, so you have to stick around till the end. Okay, so ready to make an impact? Let's get started. Okay, so our success, our students have gotten into Stanford, UPenn, Cornell, Harvard Pre-Med, Carnegie Mellon. I just put Berkeley. They've gotten into every UCs that's out there, NYU, Georgetown. I'm sorry, I just can't fill in all the logos here. And by the time my team updates the presentation, a new college comes in. Vanderbilt, Baylor. We are very, very proud of our students and my whole team that works relentlessly, right? They're always out there trying to find the best opportunity or how to build their profile. It's a teamwork. It's really unfair if I said that I did everything on my own. No. We were able to provide that kind of support, opportunity, and get the best out of the students. Okay, in my point of view, every child is unique and they need the best guidance and mentorship to make them succeed, and that's what we are. Okay. And this is our BSMD program success. Students have gotten into Harvard Pre-Med. I was flying into Dallas when the parent called and said, oh, my daughter got into Dallas Pre-Med. I was just picking up my luggage from the carrier, and I had just landed in Dallas, and the student was from Irving. That's a town in Dallas, and I went and visited them at their house, and it was very pleasant, right? That was my first Ivy. My students have gotten into St. Louis, Texas NMed, Augusta, St. Bonaventure, Hofstra, Vanderbilt, UC Merced. This UC Merced SJV Prime program is very, very unique. It's a lovely program that's very specific to the UC Merced area. It's got a few areas alone that can apply there. Okay, then NYU Pre-Med, University of South Alabama, Stony Brook, University of Southern Indiana. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And I'm very proud of our program that we have built, that we've been delivering those results. Okay, so Want to know the success formula? Let's get started. About the medical programs, the different paths that there are there, the traditional path. I'm going to start out with the traditional path because that's your backup, and there's nothing wrong with the traditional path. Okay, because the BSMD sits on top of the traditional path. A few BSMD colleges, you have to submit the undergrad application, which is the pre-med, and on top of that is the BSMD application. That's basically University of Alabama, University of South Alabama, Rutgers. They all follow this process, okay? And basically, the traditional route is students finish the undergrad and then they complete their MCAT and they apply to colleges. So there's an application process for each and every medical school that they apply to, right? So that is a traditional process, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you're multitasking, please come back. If you want to take a snapshot of this slide, because it's super important, super duper important, because it's going to show up in another place, and I'm going to keep the suspense there. So the requirements for the medical school is, this is after the undergrad program, is the MCAT score. You need overall GPA, you need organic chemistry, biology, you need shadowing experience, clinical experience, research experience with publication, okay? Volunteering or community service, and letters of recommendation. So when a student finishes the undergrad, takes an MCAT score, which is anywhere between 508 and 524. It's a very wide range that is there. And then they need to submit an application to the med school, okay? So this is the traditional process. Any questions about this process, please put them in the chat. Okay. Next up, we have the early assurance, which is somewhere in between. You have the BSMD program here. You have the traditional here. The early assurance is right in the middle. I just love this. I prefer this over any other program. Okay. The beauty of this program is students get to apply for the med school in their sophomore year. So they've had 2 years to like figure out whether they want to continue, they want to do medicine or not, because at 17 kids cannot decide whether they want to pursue 8 to 10 years of studying for being a doctor, right? So this is a very good program. Case Western is like that. There are other programs as well. They're sometimes called the GAP program, also guaranteed admission or early assurance. I mean, not guaranteed admission, that's different. So early assurance programs are very, very popular. Case Western is an example of this, okay? Next is the combined program. That's why you're here for. So there are many names for this. It's called the combined program. It's the accelerated medical program. It's the direct medical program. And trust me, it's all going away very, very soon. We just heard that Temple removed their BSMD program. Boston University already did. Northwestern already did. It's not going to be here for a very long time, okay? Because it costs the institutions a lot of money to run this program, to get the best teachers, professors, research, equipment, surgical theaters, and everything. So that is why it's an extremely expensive program as well. There are a lot of scholarships that are offered, and I'm going to show you how much my students win in scholarships into the programs, okay? So the beauty about this program is there's no there's no separate medical or admission process for the medical school. So you get an acceptance to an 8-year or a 7-year program, which gives you that kind of assurance. It's just a guarantee. It's not like complete assurance. There are conditional acceptance. Like my student Ria, who got into Hofstra, it was a conditional acceptance, but she had a very lower MCAT score to get to transition into the MD program. She had to get 508 in the MCAT to like transition or stay in the BSMD program. Got it? So it's a conditional acceptance. Okay. Any questions about the conditional acceptance or anything, please let me know. I will get to that. Okay. Chat is disabled. I don't know how to enable it. Okay. Okay. So yes, the acceptance rate, it's notoriously low, 1 to 5%. Got it. So they are going to be looking at students who are 1 to 5%, right? If you're applying to Hofstra, they're very, very clear. And they say that, hey, you have to be in the top 5% to apply to Hofstra. And they have a lot of rules, right? And also like SLU says, if you've even got a C, you're not allowed to apply to their program, okay? And also it's not test optional for the program. The undergrad program may be like kind of the whole college as such may say that, hey, we are test optional, but this program is not, okay? I'm going to go over every single thing. Any questions about this, put it in the chat. Next is the BSDO option, which is fairly very, very good. I've had many students get into that, okay? And about 60% of the doctor of osteopathy physicians, DO, they come into primary care. Next time you go visit your primary care physician, ask them where they are from. Okay, my doctor, Dr. Kalman, is a DO. He's an exceptional doctor. I wouldn't go see anyone else. They're all very, very good. The DO program is exceptionally good, and they come back into the mainstream to practice as family medicine, internal medicine, OBGYN, and pediatrics. So that is the DO, okay? But the caveat is it's not MD. MD is modern medicine or allopathy. DO is osteopathy, okay? And they have a completely different field of learning, which is osteopathic manual medicine, osteopathic manipulative treatment, which is more spine-based, but very, very well recognized. Okay, so it's a very good option to consider DO as well. My students apply to DO. There's always 2 or 3 DO colleges. I tell my students, just apply and see what offer you get, then decide or reject. Got it? So this is what it is, MD versus DO. Any questions, please put them in the chat, and we will get that. Okay. Oh, I went through too fast. Okay, so let's get to this. What makes a great BSMD profile? I'm just going to stop talking so that I can take a water break. And I want to hear from you guys. What do you think is, what are the parameters, or what do you think is the requirement for a BSMD program? It's a quiz. Come on, put it in. Anything. Is it grades? Is it test score? Is it activities? What do you think? Let's have a quick answer from you guys. And of course, there'll be an award for the best answer. So let's like ante up. Okay. So, SAT score, very nice. Yes. The same question again and again. Activities showing motivation towards the program, fantastic. That's beautiful. Yes, it is. Anyone else? I'm not going to go ahead until you answer the question. Got it? I'm going to hold you hostage. I'm just kidding. Okay, Farah, the recording is live streamed on YouTube. You'll be able to find it there. Okay, so anyone else? Yeah? Anyone else wants to answer that question? The parameters needed, leadership skills, excellent, absolutely fantastic. Okay, yes, you all got a part of the picture, right? But I'm going to share with you what are the actual parameters that you need for the BSMD program. And every time I kind of share my screen or stop, it just resets. So I'm sorry about that. It's going to go away. Okay. Oh, so just do. Okay, so I got to that. I'm just going to share in a bit. Okay, you got all parts of it, right? I'm just going to tabulate everything that you told that. Okay, so if you're multitasking, please come back. These are the 6 key categories of parameters. Got it? That's it. Only 6. Very, very easy. 6 simple steps. Okay, number 1 is academics. Okay, you cannot compromise on that. They need like top level GPA. Rigor. Every time I meet admission officers, I mean, I visit so many colleges being a college counselor, and I go to so many college fairs, and the first thing I ask them is, hey, what are you looking for? And admission officers can tell you. They're not going to assure you that, yeah, I'll admit your student, but they'll tell you generally what they're looking for. Course, rigor. That's it, number one. Okay, and then test scores, it's SAT or ACT. It can be any of them. I ask my students to take both and see where they get the best score. Research. Okay, I showed you the slide for the traditional acceptance. They look at research there, right? Published research paper. Similarly, I've spoken to admission officers and they say that they want to see research in the profile. Okay, and then community service, it's very important, which is volunteering. Volunteering in a healthcare or kind of that STEM kind of an area is very, very important. So minimum of 100 to 150 hours for 4 years. Clinical exposure or medical shadowing, super duper important. Must. Okay, so these are like the must-haves. Okay, anything you do on top of that is fantastic, but this is like the base minimum of it. Medical shadowing. And please don't start off by saying, can I go to India and shadow? That will raise like literally red flags. Got it? So where is this program situated? USA. And where do they want your child to have had the medical shadowing? USA. So anybody wants to answer the question, can I do the shadowing in India? You're just going to go for 2 or 4, 3 weeks, and just doing it doesn't get you 100 hours. Okay. And also any activity that you do, make sure you get it in their letterhead and everything, the number of hours you spent and everything. Okay. So that's the medical shadowing. And I'll tell you how to look for them and everything. And the extracurricular activities, you need to have a wow factor. Got it? Like exceptionally good extracurricular activities, which are not like inky dinky standard, just about everybody does it. Got it? If you do just about everything that everybody does, then your profile is going to be like rather average. You can do them, but they will fall under the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. But the top 4 spaces that you have has got to be smashing. Got it? And any questions about the 6 categories, please put them in the chat and I'll answer them. Okay. I'm going to dig deep into them. Number 1 is academics. I said course rigor, grades, GPA. It can be AP or IB. There's no problem. In fact, admission officers love IB curriculum because it's out of the box thinking. Got it? So they really love that. So like what is rigor? In a sense, if your school has for example, 25 APs, at least 10 or 15 of them need to be reflected in your transcript. Okay, so that's what is important. Okay, next is the courses. You absolutely need to have all these 4 in your 4 years of high school, which is AP Biology, AP Chemistry, Calculus AB. AP Calculus AB is good enough. BC is a bonus. Statistics is a bonus. So please pick Calculus AB, and also don't rush into doing BC without doing AB and make your child suffer. Don't do that. Take it step by step. I know parents care about their children, but at times they over-engineer and they think, oh, the colleges are going to think that, oh my God, my child has taken on BC without AB and they're going to love it. And then the child struggles in the school. Stop. No, take the path of least resistance. Let them do AB before you do BCs. Okay. And that's something that's super important. Stats is a bonus. Physics. I've seen a lot of schools not having physics as their graduation requirement, but please make sure you take on physics, at least honors physics. Okay, so that's very, very important. Okay, AP Physics 1 is very, very popular. You can take that. A lot of students take that to show that. So this is the golden rectangle that I call it. The 4 legs of a table, right? So these are the absolutely important courses that are needed. Like I went over this course rigor and everything, and course that's needed. 15, 30 plus, and 34 plus. And if you go into my scholarship program, you will see which college gives scholarship for exceptionally good SAT, ACT scores. It's a very good BSMD program. I'm not going to tell you which one. Okay. So yes. Okay. And then extracurricular activities. It's a combination. It's an umbrella. Okay. It's an umbrella of volunteering, shadowing, and research. You've got to build that wow factor. And that's what our counseling is for, and the opportunities that we give our students to come out on top. Okay. And so that's super important. And colleges are looking for intellectual curiosity. If your child is applying for Stanford, then one of the question is, can you explain a time where you solved a problem, or intellectually you prospered, or something like that? Very important. Research shows intellectual curiosity. You may be academically exceptional, but research cinches it. Research shows that you're up there. Okay. So, and shadowing, I'm just going to go over each and everything. Volunteering, the closest place to go is the hospice care. We offer students a counseling program where they can start a club in school. That's a Horizon Network chapter. Through that chapter, they go and they go and volunteer in a senior care center with their classmates, and this leadership involved. Volunteering in a hospital is also super important. Yeah, you gotta hustle. You don't get opportunities. Take your car, take your child, and go to every hospital in the 20-mile radius, stand at their door, ask them, hey, do you have any opportunities? Oh, do I need to join a wait list? Oh, can I speak to the manager? Go hustle and get that. Got it? It's very, very important to have volunteering in a healthcare field. Or if it's like a blood drive or something like that, you've got to hustle. You've got to get those hours. Okay. And shadowing, the best person to ask for shadowing is your own pediatrician, your child's pediatrician. I asked my my child's pediatrician, Dr. Kalkovich, hey, can you take some students for shadowing? He's like, yes, Joe, but they have to be my patient. My both sons are not aspiring to be a doctor, and I went and told my other students and who are his patients, and he allows them. Okay, physicians, it's pretty hard, but it's okay. Dentists, don't think that, oh my God, I'm not applying to a dental program. Are you crazy? Why should I shadow with a dentist? No, dentists are also ambidextrous, right? And they are also doctors. Anybody with that name doctor and is helping the ill, you can shadow them. So dentists are the best place to start until you get the next best thing, right? So my student who got into St. Louis and all the programs, she shadowed a dentist, right? Or a chiropractor, psychologist, psychometrist, psychometrist, no, anything with the doctor there. Okay, you can't find anything. Walk up to Walmart and Costco. There's a lens store there. You can shadow an optometrist. My student who got full tuition into University of South Alabama used to shadow an ophthalmologist. Got it? So yes, all this is extremely important. You've got to start doing that from 9th grade. Okay. Research. Super important. Somebody asked me how to get the wow factor. It's through research. Research is the #1 extracurricular activity that colleges look for, not just for BSMD, any field. Okay, so it's like student building a hypothesis or doing it in a lab, right? So that's it. There are two options that are available. Publish a research paper. That is what we offer. Over 100 papers have been published by my students. I'm going to share the link. And then working in a laboratory, right? This is a bit difficult after pandemic. I keep torturing my doctor friends. Hey, do you have an opening? Hey, do you have a CHOP opening? They're like, Joe, after pandemic, it's extremely difficult. But then you can use this as a stepping stone for your next thing. My student who got into Stanford, she published her research paper. She got into MIT's biomed internship. Use that to get into Stanford. So this is your first step into that. Okay, so we help students publish their paper in a scientific journal where it is faculty reviewed. So the way the research works is you submit it for publishing, and an expert in that similar field is going to look over your paper. It's a blind review. They scrub your name. The professor's name is scrubbed. You don't know who's are looking at your paper, and they have to validate that your research in fact is valuable. Okay, only then it gets published. And this whole process is included in our program that we offer. Okay. And I'm just going to go over any questions about the research. Please put them in the chat and I will address them. I'm just going to go over the resume of a BSMD, BSDO profile. Okay. So here we have, this student did 3 research with us. Like I said, once you submit your research paper, you get a DOI link. This is what we offer. Students submit their papers to a Journal of Student Research. And please remember, don't expect your child to compete with a PhD candidate or an undergrad. You have to submit papers that accept high school research. Got it? And also, I want to share with you the number of research papers that have been published by my students. All these are papers that were published. And when it gets published, you get a DOI link, which I'm going to show you how to put it in your resume. Right. And this like really validates, even if your research paper doesn't get published, you can put it in your college application and say that you've submitted for publishing and you're awaiting publishing. It takes anywhere between 3 to 6 months for a paper to get published. Okay, so the whole research program is a 6 to 9 month effort from the time your child starts research with us to publishing the research paper. That is the amount of time it takes. Any less, you try to get your paper published in a month, you will raise the bullshit meter of the admission officer, and they'll start checking where the hell did you publish and why did it get published so quickly. So right here is where we help students write that research paper, which is 4,000 words. Okay, so this is my student's profile. I'm just going to show you that. Okay. So her last paper, she did 3 research with us. Her last paper was not published yet, but by the time she went to a BSMD interview, it got published in December. She had internships. Okay, so we offer internship program where students, once they finish our research, they're invited to mentor other students. They get about 2 or 3 other students. They get to look over their research paper and guide them. So that's a leadership opportunity that we offer. She also had a lab internship. She had, like I said, she shadowed with a dentist, okay? And she shadowed in a hospital, okay? Hospital. So shadowing is like literally shadowing, wearing a mask and standing behind a doctor when they provide care to someone that's needed. And the BSMD program absolutely needs that because they want to know whether you've experienced how patients are treated, how they conduct the whole thing. It's very, very important. You can't skip that. You cannot say, hey, my child has very good stats in this area but doesn't have shadowing. Then it's not a competitive candidate. Okay. And of course, leadership. You all mentioned all of that, and you can see here she had leadership. Like, yes, she had HOSA, but she had other activities that were on top of HOSA. This also Generation Ratify, of which she was a captain. She had all kinds of activities. She had this CPR certification and everything. Okay, so I'm going to show you another resume. This student got into Rensselaer. Rensselaer is an exceptionally good BSMD program. Got it? She started this August. As you can see, her coursework, she had AP Chemistry. She also had Computer Science. Please don't misconstrue that. I'm applying to medicine. Why not? Why should I take computers? Computer science is problem solving. And also don't ignore history. I have a lot of parents who ask the questions on my Facebook group as to, my child is doing medicine. Why do I need to study history? This is United States. You need to know about APUSH, which is US history. Got it? It's super important. So please, even you need APs there. You also need world history. Okay, so let me tell you this. Every single admission officer that I meet says they need 4 years of math, 4 years of science, 4 years of English, 3 years of foreign language. Okay, you can have 2 consecutive years of one language and switch. Okay, Latin is also a very good foreign language that is often ignored. It helps with all the medical terms and everything. My younger son took Latin. My older son took Spanish. My younger son started off with Spanish, but he switched to Latin and he said Latin was way easier. Got it? Because what happens is with Spanish, they've already taken in the middle school, and when they're coming to take Spanish in the high school, it gets advanced and advanced, and they struggle to keep up with it. And I don't recommend AP Spanish because it's really, really hard. You need to know linguistics, like how to speak in that language, think in that language. Okay. My oldest son took AP Spanish and he told me, Mom, somebody from Spain just called me, for the exam, and just rattled off in Spanish, and it was hard to keep up. Got it. So that level that's needed. Of course, psychology is also a very good AP course that I highly recommend. But this girl was very, very interested in physics. You can see she had physics, mechanics, physics, electromagnetism, and everything. A very, very strong profile. She had calc, BC, AB, just about everything that you can think about. Okay. She had a lot of academic awards. She had national merit as well. And shadowing, you can see the amount of shadowing that she had with a lot of people in a lot of things. And also, we have a very unique place where a student can go shadowing, and that is what we reveal in our counseling program. Okay. And research, as you can see here, the student had a lot of research, breast cancer with machine learning, all these kind of machine learning. She had EEG with machine learning, everything. And you must be thinking, she has machine learning and AI. Why is she in the BSMD program? No, colleges, BSMD colleges like to see that kind of variety. So please don't think that everything that you do has to be in a medical field, right? My student Sai, who got into SLU, University of South Alabama, he had a lot of computer science. He was the head of the AI club and everything. So it's problem solving, right? And also knowing Python is very, very important. Doesn't matter if you're applying to the medical field, because it helps with the research, right? So they like to see coding, mathematics, problem solving. Showing that range is very, very important. Okay. She had internships as well, different internships, volunteering. As you can see, she had 120 hours plus in Tufts Medical Center. She had all kinds of leadership, extracurricular activities. And also, please don't think that fine arts is not needed, but I've seen a lot of BSMD programs liking students who have music and everything, because that's the right brain, the creative part of your brain. The left brain is the logical reasoning, problem solving. So they want to see that kind of prowess. Okay, so that's super important. And you will see that this girl has embedded all her videos in that. That's a very popular practice as well. So we do offer that. For example, our students' thesis defense, we created into YouTube videos that they can, like, for example, this was Spring Nanoscience. So we give them this video that they can insert into their resume, like I just showed you. So this is something that's very unique that we offer, along with publishing the research paper. We're always looking for things to make our students' profiles stick out. Okay, so this is the resume of a student. Any questions about this, please put them in the chat. Okay, I'm almost done with my presentation, almost there. Okay, and the last thing is the application process. It's not straightforward at all, right? It is complicated. Okay. So there are 3 steps to that. You applied in the senior year. You first need to submit the undergrad application, which is the Common App application. This is a very popular portal that everybody uses to submit their undergrad application. So it's one portal where you submit up to 20 colleges. Push it to that. Okay, and then you have the medical college application. Once you get accepted, they invite you to. There is another application. It's like tortures. Well, University of Alabama will just kill you with those kind of 5 questions to recommendations. That's very important. Resume and everything. You have to format that resume, build that resume. All of that is there. Okay, and what I showed you was a whole resume. Penn State will ask you for a 1-page resume. So we have like 10 different types of resume that we create. And since my students have gotten into pretty much all the BSMD programs, I have the prompts well in advance. We don't wait for the acceptances. I make my students write those essays and keep it ready because of the deadlines. That's it. Drexel was November 1st. Pitt Gap was November 1st. University of Alabama is November 15th. My students are getting ready for all of that. Okay, so this is the 3-step process. Any questions about it, please ask away. Some of them are within the Common App, like Brown, it's within the Common App. Penn is within the Common App. They're slowly coming into the Common App, but it's not easy for the medical programs. So, and then the mini medical interview, we prepare our students for that. This is like a very, very critical a part of the BSMD program. I know a lot of students got being rejected from UMKC because their interview didn't go well, right? And in between, there's another process, which is Casper. Drexel and Hofstra need Casper. That's a psychological test, and we prepare our students for this. Okay, so it's rather complicated, right? Yeah. And okay, so the question is, have you gained clarity? Thumbs up, thumbs down. How are we feeling? Have you gained clarity about the program today? I would like to hear what your thoughts are. Thumbs up, thumbs down would be pretty good. Yeah, I see a lot of it coming out. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, and you're not going to get this information in such crystallized, succinct form anywhere else other than here. Okay, so let's go ahead. Oh, this happens to me all the time. Okay, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. It's flipped over. Yeah, and my husband makes fun of me. He's like, Joe, why do you need to have like 80 slides? I'm like, excuse me, can you explain this whole thing in like 5 slides? Not possible. And I hope you agree with me. Okay, so the question is, how do you beat the competition? Okay, I gave you the formula. I told you exactly how to build it, but how? How? Create a plan to differentiate from others. Yes, your plan has got to be the top 5% plan, right? So that's why we have our solutions. Absolutely. You would think that I have the answers for the questions. So we create a program for that. So we have a fall research, cancer, neuroscience, infectious diseases. Only nanoscience is open. It's open. In fact, it started on Sunday. But we will give you a makeup class. That's the only thing. We are kind of trying to disintegrate. Oh, what did I say? Disintegrate. I don't know. It's the end of the day. Sorry. We are going to start introducing every research over every month, because we used to have as a season, and we just want to dismantle it and introduce some new things. So at the moment, we only have nanoscience that's open. The rest of them are closed. Okay. Yeah, so the design of nanoscience. So it's like the nanoparticles, nanobots, nano. Okay, so this is the recipe for our research success. It's deep learning with a research professor and writing with a creative writer. So students work with 2 professors, and they're learning how to write a 4,000-word scientific research paper, which is an exceptional skill to have when you're applying for colleges. Okay. And simultaneously, we do that. Got it? For about 12 weeks, 10 to 12 weeks. And this is the objective of the nanoscience research program, learning the basics of nanoscience, applying it in biomed fields, picking a topic and researching it deeply with an expert. Okay. And if you're doing research under anybody who's not a professor, it's a blog. It's not a research paper. Okay, the person mentoring you has to be a PhD or a professor. Okay, and next we make them write a 4,000-word research paper. It's not just writing via ChatGPT. Remember, we have all kinds of tools. Our professors have all kinds of tools that will check if it's ChatGPT written, because this generation cannot write. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so we make them write this research paper and we submit it for publishing. Okay. And so this is what it is. All the details are on my website. I'm just going to quickly share that. It's giftedgabber.com. You can go on to the website right here. You just go put it in the chat. Okay, and you can check out the past research papers. We're still building the site. You can go here. We have the SPINK research programs and the group counseling as well. We are going to disintegrate and offer it every month. We need to have that kind of staff to do that, right? So I'm on a hiring spree. Then we have the college applications, which is like almost closed. We also offer one-on-one counseling, the same BSMD and college counseling. We offer that. Yeah, and we have study skills as well. Child is struggling, passion project, everything. We have a lot of free courses. We are coming up with a learning disability program. You can please go over the individualized education plan. Mental health for teens is very important. You want to understand about the gifted program, how to write the Common App essay. On scholarships, I get featured on the immigration channel. So all that is available if you're on a dependent visa. 40% of my students are on dependent visa. And college affordability course, everything it's short courses like impact. You want to know how counselors recommendation works. You can purchase this. All these are available on my website. Okay. Yes, but the only program that is we're still enrolling is nanoscience. You can go here, you'll see the dates. The one that was finished on Sunday, we will give you what is that? We'll give you an additional class for that. And then you will see all the topics that students can do research on. Nanoparticle-based drug delivery for cancer therapy. Yes, your high school student's going to do that. Okay, and it's led by this professor from Arizona State University. So in your college application, your child's going to mention that they did research under the research professor working at Arizona State University under her. And this is our creative writer. He's very, very kind, very exceptional in teaching students how to write. And of course, I come in when the students are ready to submit their paper, give the thesis defense, okay? And then we have Laurie. She handles the interns and everything, okay? And you can see the final presentation by my students. It's on our YouTube channel, yes. Okay. And where was I? Yeah, and submission. So we help with all this kind of publishing and everything. And yep, and I'm almost done. So all the session details are on the website. You'll see that the dates are on Sunday. It's Sunday. I mean, what's the excuse for not joining the program, right? It's on a Sunday and every Tuesday with the creative writer. They meet twice a week, okay? And I use Tony Robbins' coaching method, which is called immersion. So students learn a lot in a very short amount of time. And what happens then is they flex the muscle called the brain, right? You pull it like a rubber band and you extend it to n number of months, it doesn't work, right? But if it's like compressed and it's that's how we've had success. And trust me, Gen Z, your children are their brain is like 3x times us. They can process it, but the only problem that they have is lack of discipline and guidance, and that's what we provide. Okay, so our research professors, this is Professor, I'm not going to mention her name. She's from Arizona State University. Amazing mentor. Amazing. Can you imagine working with a professor at high school? I didn't have that opportunity. I just wish I had. The creative writer, we have Professor Virgil, and this is what they are going to learn. Everything is available on our website, including the pricing. Okay, introduction, everything. The first 3 sessions are introducing nanoscience, and then they will be helped with picking a topic. We don't expect students to know anything. Actually, we want a blank slate. Okay, and we are perfectly fine as many times they change their research topic, guess what? It's learning, okay? Make mistakes. We want children to make mistakes here. It's perfectly fine. Learn, grow, cry. They're going to cry buckets because it's a hard program, okay? Nothing happens when you're so comfortable. Most inventions happen because of necessity, right? So that's what we are here, okay? And all the details are available on the website. The professors are available. We, in fact, ask the students to sit and torture the professors or kind of don't leave the class and ask them tons of questions, right? And yeah, these are the session details for the creative writers. Okay, we are almost running out of time. Oh my God. Okay, so these are the different topics that are available. Kids can pick any topic they want. They want to change it 10 times, that's perfectly fine. That's how they learn. Okay, and how do you register? Everything is available on our website. If only I could find my link. Just kidding. Okay, right here. Okay, so you will see. You can subscribe to our channel, and you will see all the presentations there over the different topics. Just about everything. And then our website is this, Gifted Gapper. You will see all the programs there. And Nanoscience is the only program that's open at the moment, and you can enroll in that. And just by enrolling today, you get a free upgrade. We have two packages. One is the basic, which is 4 one-on-one sessions with the professor. We have to kill this. But you will get upgraded to premium if you enroll today. This has extra additional one-on-one sessions with the professors. Okay, so that's what you get. You will get a free upgrade today. That's worth $500 for free. Yep. Okay, so yes, that's what I'm almost done. I promise you I'm almost done. Okay, and yeah, so Gifted Gabber, our BSMD counseling is also what we have. I'm just going to rush through it because everything is available on our website. Oh, I was supposed to do this. Okay, so how do you impress colleges with research, right? It's an atypical or a rare extracurricular activity. It's a stellar passion project, right? And it demonstrates intellectual curiosity, makes them subject matter experts, right? I did research in cancer in some specific area. That's fantastic. If it's neuroscience, it's like Huntington disease or something like that. That's so specific, okay? It showcases deep learning to colleges because Gen Z is a surface learner, right? And it's a unique research activity in a subject. Who doesn't want to do research? I just wish I had the opportunity. Okay, so our program success, like I said, 700 applicants in Rainseller, 15 to 18 get selected, and our student got in. I showed you her profile. Yes, our students get, I should fix this. They get about 4 BSMD offers with scholarships. Okay, and our students have gotten in the newspaper. That's the wow factor. She was featured in the newspaper, and we were given honorable mentions, which is like fantastic. Okay, so she's in Atlanta. Her paper got published, and her school published it in the paper where they mention about us. Her work was supported by 3 advisors, Professor Prahlad, Jyotsna, and Professor Virgil, right? So we help with everything. We also have a media plan that we are working on, and we will help it. That's all part of our counseling. Okay. And then this is the handwritten note from the admission officer of Hofstra. It says, I enjoyed learning about Garba through your essay, and I'm happy that it makes you feel connected to your culture. This was her Common App essay. Okay. And this is an acceptance letter to Duke. It says, I enjoyed reviewing your application, and the admissions committee was impressed by your innovative projects and research progress. You see how important research is, right? Absolutely. Okay. And these are some acceptances. My student got full tuition into Johns Hopkins. Passion project success. I have this student who got into, somebody asked me how to create the wow factor. This student has a suicide prevention initiative, which he went into. Fox 29 used to promote his suicide prevention. He conducted a march in Harrisburg, of which 100 people had come, and a lot of media covered it. Just going to share that. Oh, where is it? Okay, so yeah, Fox 27 is this. Okay, so his news came on ABC 27, conducting a March for Teen Life to raise mental health awareness. I'm going to go deeper into how to create the wow factor. You see, it stands apart. This child did something really, really smashing, right? Came on all the newspapers, including the Telugu channel, a lot of it. Okay, so yeah, that's how we build profiles. And okay, so like I said, you'll get a free upgrade. Please order basic. I'll automatically upgrade you to premium. There's no need to put any coupon or anything. We will automatically give you. Okay, and this is the scholarship course that I mentioned about. You can enroll in that, and you will see all the different scholarships that are there. Okay, so questions. Okay, yeah, I ran over time. I'm so sorry. Okay, anybody has a question, you can just raise your hand and I will make you a panelist. Okay, so let me start answering all the questions. You can put it in the chat or raise your hand and I'll make you a panelist. Okay, can you elaborate early assurance program and how does it differ? I think I answered that. Your question must have been before that. Do they need SAT score for EAP? Absolutely. The early assurance program changes from college to college, so it depends on which college you're applying to. I know Case Western has a wonderful program. They need an exceptional SAT score, which is about 1550 and above. Yes, SAT score is very important. Can we get a recording? Yes, it's live streamed on YouTube. Leadership skills. Can you give an example of amazing extracurricular activity? I just gave you that. I had a student who did composting. She got into Georgetown. Okay, so yes, it has to be like a passion project. We do help students build a whole media profile. Chem is enough, or should it be AP Chem? If you're looking at the top 5%, then AP Chem is important. My daughter is part of Girl Scout. Is this something useful in her application? Yes. Eagle Scout, Girl Scout, if you get the highest level in that, that's like the top tier activity. So leadership is very important. Girl Scouts, Eagle Scouts. They also do a project in that, which is very exceptional. So yes. Okay, which colleges have BSMD deadline that's still open for 2025? That's a lot of colleges that are there. I don't have the list at the moment, but number 15, except for Penn State is October 15th. We did that. Drexel is done. Pitt is done. Was Rutgers done? I don't remember. There's a lot of colleges that are open. Okay, because I have like so many students. I have about 49 students who are there, but not in BSMD. BSMD is about 25. So 25 times 20, that means I have like literally 500 colleges. I can't remember, a lot of them. When high school students should start engaging in research, 9th grade or 8th grade, that's perfectly fine. If it's chargeable, yes, there is a charge. All the pricing, all the enrollment is available on the website. Okay, does anybody have any question? Did somebody raise their hand? Let me just see. Mamta, let me just, yeah, you can talk. I gave you permission. You can unmute yourself and start talking. Yeah. Yes, congressional award is exceptional as well. Farah is asking. Yeah, Mamta, you want to ask your question? Go ahead. I asked you to unmute. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't have any questions. Maybe it was wrongly raised,
Okay,
but
no
thank you so much for all the information. Very helpful.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Tell your friends, neighbors, everybody. I'm just kidding. Yeah, and please join our Facebook group. Yeah, and the best thing that you can do is add your friends to our Facebook group. We share so much information. I'm just going to go over it. It's unbelievable how much information that we share. You don't need anything, right? We have over 10,000 people right here. So basically, this kid was on the YouTube channel. So you can see the interview right there. We share a lot of valuable information. We have a public speaking guide here, right? So yes, we share a lot of free information right there. how to start a club. You'll find this. If you add students, like the page and everything, we'll give you all of it. Okay. Yeah. So can we do research as my daughter? Absolutely. 11th grade is perfectly fine. Actually, you don't have much time. 11th grade is very critical. So if you join our research program now, then your paper will get published sometime in June. So it will be just perfect when they are submitting their paper. I'm sorry, when they are applying to colleges. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I've unmuted. Yeah, you can RW, you can speak. I have given you permission to. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. Hello.
Hi.
This is Rani. Um,
Yes.
Ma'am, what is that congressional award? Something?
Yeah. I mean, some kids get a congressional award. So yeah, that's a good activity.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. So the anonymous, how do we get in touch with the research project? You want to call? Can you please give me your number? I can give you a call back, or this is my phone. You can call me. Okay. I put my phone on the chat. Okay. So let me just copy her number so that I can call her back. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me just, yeah, anybody else? Yeah, Saswati Naik, please go ahead, unmute yourself and ask your question. You have an opportunity to unmute. Yeah, yeah, I unmuted you. Go ahead, ask your question. Yeah, not, okay. Saswati, no question? Anyone else? Yeah.
Hello, I have a question actually. Uh, to get the scholarship, what all needed? Only what have we heard that only PSAT course, PSAT score, used for the scholarship. Is that true or anything
What,
else
I'm
being
sorry,
considered?
what is that program? I'm sorry, I completely.
No, basically to get the scholarship in the med school or in the undergrad.
It's PSAT is the National Merit Qualifying Test. It's
Mhm.
SAT or ACT that you need.
Okay.
It's
Even for the
PSAT National Merit. It's not the test that is taken. It's either SAT or ACT. Which grade is your child?
11th.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You need to take SAT or ACT. That's
Okay.
very important. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, SAT or ACT. PSAT is for the national merit, and your child must have already taken in October, right? And that
That's
is
right. Yes.
yes, that is not the test. You need to enroll your daughter into SAT or ACT to get that score. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Rupali, you want to share your phone number so that I can call you back? Okay. Yeah, and I put my number there. Please text me. Okay. Given the rigor of IBHL is high, it is looked upon highly for BSMD. Deepali, it's not just, I just told you, out of the 6, it's one of the factor. Got it? You've got to have other things as well. Yes, it is a good thing to have, but it's very important. Okay, somebody's like just calling me right away. No. Okay. So the other question is, does that answer your question, Dipali? Anybody has a question? I'll give you an opportunity to speak. Okay, June has a question. Will you have research program for summer for rising 9th graders? My child is currently in 8th grade. No, 8th grade is a good time to start. I'll tell you why. There's a trick to that. So the child will finish their paper. They're writing the paper, but we will help them submit as soon as they enter the 9th grade. Got it? So that's a trick. La, la. So you can finish writing your research paper and everything. Don't wait until summer, right? You can start with that. And guess what? Research helps with AP biology and AP chemistry. You'll have an early head start when you start enrolling in the 8th grade. Got it? Yeah. So that's a good opportunity to do that. Does shadowing in a clinic or hospital make a difference? Absolutely, honey. That was the whole part of the thing that I explained, or you missed the first part where I talked about the 6 parameters. Shadowing is extremely important, right? Yes, it's super important. Yeah. Anyone else has a question? Okay. Dipali, okay. Rupali, you want to share your number? I can call you back, or you want to call me? That's fine as well. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? I just want to thank you for being here. You're all super dedicated parents. Pat yourself on the back. You spent an hour 12 minutes with me, or an hour 15 minutes with me to learn something. That's pretty darn amazing. Got it? You're amazing parents. Okay. Going to Caribbean MD. Oh my God, don't do that. Going to Caribbean for MD and coming to US for residency, is that a better option? I don't know, Deepali. I like to stick to the United States. I don't know what's the quality of education in Caribbean. I'd rather go to India and do an MBBS, right? I trust that system. I don't know. I don't recommend Caribbean, right? Okay, so let me get Rupali's number. I hope you are in the time zone. Okay, if you don't have any other questions, okay, Prashanti had a question, right? Prashanti. Oh, Prashanti. Mhm. Okay, Prashanti, I am still figuring out the system. Yeah, you can speak. Mhm.
Hello. Very really great information. Thank you very much
Thank
for the
you.
session today. It was very helpful. Quick question is, so looks like you have research programs that are available, and then like looks like you're also helping with research papers, but then
Yeah.
there's also counseling help that you're providing.
Yes.
So could you, and I tried to quickly look through your website for like pricing, but when I do click on the research paper, it wasn't very easy for me to navigate and
I know we're
understand.
trying. Okay, so
Okay.
the thing is only nanoscience is
Right.
available, right?
Uh-huh.
So hold on a minute, let me just go there. You just click on the pricing and it'll, if you just click on any of the links, it'll take you to the pricing. We are trying to make it as easier, but the tool doesn't allow us. Got it? So you go here, nanoscience. Okay, you have to click one of the buttons. Sign up now, it takes you right here. Join now, it puts you through here. So you see here, all the pricing is right here already.
Ah, got it. Got it. Thank you.
So the pricing is there on the page as well. It's 2,600. Okay.
Ah, got it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you the beauty of this is you will be upgraded to premium today.
Got it.
And the premium has extra one-on-one sessions. So you don't need to pay that $500.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
yes, we are trying to bring it here, but there are so many options that we have to consider. So that's why if you just click on this, you plug in your credit card information. I'm trying to get rid of this part, but the tool is not too easy for us, right? So I'm sorry if it wasn't very right.
No, no worries. I was just navigating it on my phone, which probably wasn't
Oh,
making it
no.
easier.
Please don't order anything on the phone. Dude, no, don't do that. Check it out, but do it in your
Oh, yeah.
laptop. Yeah, please. Yeah, never on the, I mean, yeah, you can just glance through it, but it's so tiny. Dude, it's like booking a ticket on Ticketmaster. I mean, concert ticket, you want to book that? I mean, is that even possible? Right, to look for which seat it is. That's how cell phone is, right? So, okay, so is lab research opportunity available? No, it's not available because of the restrictions, the blood and everything. So we do not have a lab opportunity, but secondary research is also considered good research. Colleges do look at that. Somebody raised their hand. Before I could make them a panelist, they put their hand down. Who was it? Can you please raise again so that I can make you a panelist? I apologize. Yeah. Yep. Playing tennis division level or USTA tournaments come under, yeah, it does. Honey, the 6 factors, absolutely. Wonderful. Seems like your child has everything. Congressional award, tennis division. My God, gold mine. Yes, so you're there. Just need grades. Sprinkle in sprinkle in shadowing, volunteering. You have a winner, right? 2,600 is not the counseling fee. It's only for research. Okay, is it covers? Oh no! Oh my God, Deepali, please check the thing properly. 2,600 is only for the research program. Okay, the counseling program is different. Okay, so please look over the different programs and everything. Okay. Yeah, this is only for research. It is very expensive. I had to hire a consultant, number one, to find me professors, okay? A corporate recruiter whom I paid a big load of money. And then I then had to find so many professors, and I have to pay the professors, hun. That's how it is. Okay. Okay. Yeah. What's your question, Ravinder? You can go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Being a parent, I have a question. I see that in your presentation, you are also parent for amazing children.
Yes.
I have a question. As I'm expecting you to answer as a parent rather than your, yeah, I know. So when a parent is wanted to choose in a particular counseling admission counselor, right? What are the few factors they should be looking at choosing any company offers in a counseling for admission process? That's the first question. There are also many research companies offers this kind of a research, the one you talked about also. So being a parent, what are the few factors still they need to look at to decide, is this is a right company to go for the research, or is it the right company to go for a counseling?
Okay, so that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. Okay, I would stalk on social media, right? Please stalk my social media, see how the students are presenting, right? You can do that by going to my YouTube channel. You can subscribe to all my yeah. So you can go over here. As a parent, I would do research, and you should also do research, like go over and see the presentations, check out the other social media channels of your other counselors, look at the reviews, right? And do that. And if you still have question, your child can interview us. This is something that I allow in the senior year, where students interview me and find out if I'm the right match for them, right? And my own son, a surgeon cannot operate on their children. I did not counsel my son, although I hired my mentor to counsel him, who said the exact same thing, which I would have told him in the same house, but he's not going to listen to me, right? So yes, I had to hire my own counselor. I mean, sorry, my own mentor as his counselor. So your child's not going to listen to you. Right? And as compared to other people, there is Polygens. Please be aware that Polygens, you do research with PhD candidates and not full professors. Okay. And what we offer is 2 professors. Okay. And also there's another company called Dumer. I don't know much about them because transparency is a problem. I'm not being able to get it, but they have different tiers for writing the program. But we have creative professors who help you write the program. Got it? And also, I'm a smaller company. I'm not in this for money. I mean, of course, I have to pay my employees. I'm not a saint that I'm offering this for free. But I'll tell you that my whole approach and philosophy is entirely different. It's child focused, right? And I'm an Indian mom. I'm a tiger mom, right? And that's going to be reflected in my program because it is disciplined. It's very structured. There are deadlines and timelines. And being a study skills coach, I know how to help students, and my people are trained to help students, not just with research. When they come here, they learn about study skills. They learn about time management. It's a 360-degree enhancement that I offer. Right? So that's what it is. You have to ask people who have gone through my program, right? So that's a great question. I would do that as a parent, right?
Thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to asking for that question also, Joe, when we talk to a student, different students are in a parents, they are already admitted into the college. I see about this counseling and research thing, it's a mixed opinion. Some parents say, oh, it's like it didn't work out well for them. Some parents say it's good. More than a money, the reason bit I'm on my personally scared is the student will lose the time, right? Money is something that maybe we can work hard, being a parent, we can earn, but the time we cannot get back to them. Even the students also will lose if they don't get into a right counseling.
I told you in my very first part of it is exposing your child to make them eternal learners. Okay, there is no guarantee in life, Ravinder. Things are going to fall apart. Okay, even I have enrolled in many programs which my son did not like. Okay, so it's flute. I got him enrolled in flute. He played it beautifully. Okay, but he was not consistent with it. Okay, but he learned something out of it. Am I going to say it was a failure? No, he learned something about it. He didn't continue, right? So it's like, if you don't take a risk, what is the reward? Are you going to be scared? Oh, some people told me that this didn't work for them. It didn't work for them. The situation was different. Why do you think that it's the same for your child, right? So let me tell you that it's either or not work, but you have to make a decision. There are three kinds of decisions that you can take. It is the best, it's a good decision where everything worked out for you. A bad decision, nothing worked out for you. In our case, a bad decision is a good decision because you will learn something. Okay, and an indecision, a decision that you don't make at all, right? So you want to live in fear that something's not going to work out for you because it didn't work out for someone else, or you want to take that risk, right? I'm like that. I mean, shit's going to happen. Things are going to fall apart. Things are not going to work out, but I'm going to blow through it. It happened with my younger son. My older son would excel at everything. Okay, he would take on as a challenge and just rock everything. Right? Every child's different, but the younger one is more methodical. It needs to like align with his likes and dislikes, and he was a late bloomer, right? But he came and told me, I had a coach for him. He said, Mom, I can't work with this person. Okay, so it didn't work out. We exited out of that. And then he found out another mentor who was my mentor, who finally clicked, right? It's like kissing many frogs until they become a prince, like that, right? So yes, you've got to try, right? I cannot give you any guarantees. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't give false hopes and guarantees. I'm a straight shooter. Got it? And that's how I've built my reputation and business, right? Over success, honesty, and integrity, right? And what you see is what you get, okay? And I go out of the way to make my students' profile exceptional. Got it? So that's what it is.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe.
But I appreciate it. It takes courage to come and ask that question, and I appreciate it, and I empathize as a parent, right? So your child, I can give you an opportunity for your child to talk to me. I'm willing to talk to them over the phone. I like a challenge, right? Doesn't like me, hates me, thinks I'm crazy. Don't enroll. Perfectly fine, right? Our wavelengths need to match, and I completely agree with you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anonymous, it says October 6th for counseling. Is there another session? Yes, we are going to start new counseling sessions. The thing is staffing, right? So I built my own program. It's not a copy and paste from anywhere. I have to train my counselors to run the program, right? So we are coming up with that, where every month it starts, right? And we build exceptional profiles because they are different. It's very simple, but it's very different. Every child, we work very closely with them to find out what is their interest. What are they good at, right? So what I bring to your child is clarity. Even if they don't gain anything about it, they discover what they are good at, right? That is solving half the problem, right? So that's what it is. Any other questions? These are like some wonderful questions that you're asking. I really appreciate spending an hour and a half with me. Yeah, someone had a question, raise their hand. Hold on a minute, Rupali. I'm going to allow you to talk. Go ahead, Rupali. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. Oh, asked to unmute. I did that, and you tried to unmute us as well. I'm sorry. Rupali, can you speak, or should I unmute you? I'm sorry. I don't know what I did.
Hello.
Yeah, Rupali, go ahead.
So I so the research on the nanoscience program, that doesn't do we need to register for the creative writing as well? Because after
it's part of the. Oh my, no need. It's
but
part
because
of the
after the
program.
research, don't you? I mean, you would like to write a paper, right?
It's part of the. We make sure they write the paper honey simultaneously. Okay. So it's a different way of learning. where every week they learn a different thing, to write the introduction, to write the body, to write the abstract and everything. So you cannot, the opinion that my students have told me is, after the research, if I ask them to write a 4,000 word research paper, it gets very overwhelming. So they are writing and learning. Okay? You get it? So I need to kill this. All you have to do is click on the basic and fill this out and be done with. Am I clear? Okay. Any questions? Okay. Okay then.